People often think I'm some sort of magician. They keep asking me, Mr. Brossard, how do you catch all those insects for your television series? I'm no magician, just an entomologist. That's why it's no great secret for me to introduce you to some of the tricks of our trade. You've come at a very good time. I'm just about to leave on another hunting expedition. It's a little hard for me to leave my home and my family. But I don't regret leaving behind the Canadian winter for the tropical sunshine in Madagascar. After an uneventful flight, we are ready to start our adventure. What a joy to be in a bush taxi heading toward the interior of this great island. I always prefer local transportation. It's the best way to meet people, get closer to nature, and maybe even find some insects. Stop! I think I saw something. I'm sure that insect landed in the bushes next to the road. Lesson 1, never put your net in the baggage compartment. Fortunately, I never leave my little pocket net behind. First catch of our expedition. And it won't be the last, because tomorrow we're heading for a huge tropical rainforest with a proper net. Most of Madagascar's national parks are virgin tropical rainforests. They protect an unbelievable number of unique plants and insects. Like all creatures, an insect's first line of defense is escape. But I have the perfect tool to catch them, a good aluminum hunting net. The light frame makes this net easy to maneuver, and it won't break if it hits anything hard. It's big enough to catch the insects, but it's not too deep, so I can easily pull out my prize. So you think it's easy? Wait, now I'm going after some tougher game. My next target is a dragonfly. These insects are capable of performing the most unbelievable aerobatics. Some entomologists have had to chase them with badminton rackets or even shoot them with rifles loaded with sand. But those methods are not my style. I prefer to go one-on-one. George Brossard versus the dragonfly, or more precisely, versus the insect's amazing eyes. It's not surprising I missed. The eyes of a dragonfly consist of 20,000 tiny telescopes packed together. Each of these eyes is directly connected to the brain and sounds the alarm the moment it detects the slightest movement. This is what my movements probably look like to the dragonfly. giving him lots of time to escape. I will have to try another tactic.
Luckily, dragonflies are territorial insects which always come back on their favorite perch. So, we'll wait.
This time, I'm going to put my net behind the insect in his blind spot and swing up from below.
That's the only way to fool. It's amazing early warning detection system. What impressive colors.
But my favorite time for hunting is at night. In order to avoid predators, many insects are nocturnal. Luckily for entomologists, many species are attracted to light. Tonight, we are going to test a new kind of light trap which we are going to attach to the front end of this Jeep. The headlights attract many insects that would normally be crushed by the Jeep. But with this new trap, the insects are gently caught as they cling to the net. All the specimens are alive. I would choose the insects that interest me and let the others go.
Look at this. What a nice specimen. This is an Oryctes gigas, the largest rhinoceros beetle in Madagascar.
Despite its menacing look, this tiny Triceratops is a peaceful vegetarian. Males can reach a length of 3 inches. Plantation owners don't like them as much as I do because they attack the buds and the new leaves of the coconut palms. The larvae of most Oryctes species will grow to adulthood in decomposing plant material. These beetles are also special treats for the locals. They believe that anyone who eats them will grow to be as strong as these beetles.
Another good catch. This moth is not an ordinary insect, at least if you believe the people of Madagascar.
They believe that the Yakalama is a reincarnation of dead ancestors. Whoever disturbs this moth will attract the evil eye, which is capable of inflicting harm on whoever it chooses. It's daytime again. I know that I'm no longer under the spell of the evil eye because I'm sure there are magnificent beetles basking in the sun at the top of these trees. It is impossible to reach them with my net, but I know what to do. Just stick around, little beetle. I'm coming to get you. If the beetles won't come to the net, well, the net will go to the beetles. See what you have to do to catch some insects. Watch this. The pole is long enough, but its precision leaves something to be desired.
You haven't seen the last of me.
Don't get excited. I have no intention of cutting down every tree in the forest to find flower beetles. I'm going to use the small axe as a counterweight to help me hoist a trap high up to where these elusive creatures live. These flower beetles are not so stupid that they will walk into a trap, but they do adore ripe fruit. They can't resist the ultimate weapon in my arsenal, a soft banana. The trap is in place. We'll come back later. The ripe banana smell did the trick. While they are eating, there's something else I want to show you. Or rather, someone. The greatest bugman in Madagascar. It's never too late to learn new hunting techniques. I'm stopping here in Mandraka to learn a little more about Madagascar's insects. From legendary entomologist Professor André Perieras.
Monsieur Pierreras.
Monsieur Georges Brossard.
Ah, ben quel plaisir, quel plaisir.
Je vous attendais.
Un bon entomologiste comme vous.
For more than 40 years, this man has explored the most remote corners of this great island, helping colleagues and friends from around the world with the enormous task of classifying all the insects in Madagascar. He alone has discovered no less than 3,000 new insect species. The word Perieras makes up part of the scientific name of no less than 300 insects. What an honor it is for me to visit his lab. In my own way, I honor this man's devotion to the future survival of insects by giving him this golden scarab. It's the custom among entomologists to exchange specimens when they meet. Mr. Perieras, in exchange, has prepared a box for me. To my great pleasure, it contains some of the most beautiful jewel beetle specimens found in Madagascar. There's no doubt that Mr. Perieras is the world's best hunter of these shiny beetles. He alone has discovered no less than 700 new species. But what's even more amazing is the original technique that he perfected to catch these amazing creatures. He works with the help of a highly specialized killing machine, one that only the insect world could produce. We found the burrow of this merciless hunter, and it's a lone wasp. Mr. Perieras explains that it's a ground-nesting wasp. It gathers its victims in the morning, and then later it makes a chamber in which to put it. It lays an egg and then keeps on digging to make more chambers, 3 or 4, one behind the other. The wasp attacks a beetle. It grabs it with its jaws. But the beetle hardly reacts because it's sure that the wasp's stinger won't be able to penetrate its thick shell. But there's a chink in the beetle's armor where the head and the thorax meet. That's the exact spot where the wasp's stinger will penetrate its victim's shell and destroy its nervous system. The wasp flies off carrying the paralyzed insect, which is double its own weight. Once in its burrow, the wasp will lay an egg directly on its victim. When the larva is born, it will leisurely feed on this unfortunate beetle. Each species of wasp specializes in only one kind of prey. I think we have come to the right place.
Regardez-moi ça.
Voilà.
Look at that. It's unbelievable. There are about 30 beetles in this single burrow. And the ground wasp did not make any mistakes. Every one of its victims is a jewel beetle.
So that's the secret behind Mr. Pereira's fabulous collection. He exploits the talents of an even better hunter than he, the ground-nesting wasp. I'm sorry to say goodbye to this gifted entomologist, but there are other surprises waiting for us in the south of this island. One of the most celebrated tourist attractions in Madagascar are the lemurs. There are more than 50 species of this likable primate on the island. The Birenti Reserve is known for its ring-tailed lemurs. As you may have already figured out, I'm no ordinary tourist. I'm not even looking for lemurs, but I'm looking for the insects which are attracted by them. Every species of lemur has its own janitor taking care of its excrement. The beetles gather the lemur's feces to feed themselves and their larvae. Since man's arrival on the island, more than 15 species of lemurs have disappeared. You can be sure that 15 species of these wonderful beetles have also disappeared, along with the sources of their food supply. But that's not all. I have one more beautiful insect to show you. I've caught many insects in my career. All entomologists do, but one thing must be made clear. Never does our work endanger the survival of any insect species.
Do you see these little green leaves? And this pink flower? Well, have a second look.
They are leaf hoppers, well camouflaged. They are feeding on the sap of this creeper. They are roseas. As larvae, their appearance is even more amazing. Their bodies are covered with these amazing white tufts. These waxy growths seem to discourage predators. They first turn green when they become adults. Then they turn pink. They can always be found in huge colonies. If I take one or two away, it won't destroy the survival prospects for this species. But if I destroy their forest, the creepers these insects feed on will also disappear, and we will never see these beautiful creatures again. Insect survival is not threatened by entomologists, but by the thousands of square miles of forest that are burned every year, and they are turned into pasture lands or used to grow a single crop. The chambermaids here on the reserve won't go near my room, and I know why. Would you really think that my room wouldn't look like a lab? I'm glad you have come for a visit because I want to show you how we entomologists work. Each catch of the day must be carefully labeled with the date and location of the capture. This information is important for the advancement of the science of entomology. Fragile specimens like the butterflies are carefully wrapped up. This phasmid would be a star attraction in any insectarium. I will work late tonight, and then I will go out and check my light traps. I can always catch up on sleep when I get home.